Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. So, it is actually afternoon here. The sun has come out. The rain has stopped for now. However, it is like 70-something degrees. There are strong storms on the way, they say. Supposed to be here about 3. So, the Coos have been telling me that they want some fresh hay. So they've cleaned up most of their hay, so we're going to give them a roll before the rains get here. We're going to be gone over the weekend, so tomorrow I'll give them their second roll, and then I'll get started on that, and that should be enough to keep them happy until I get back. That way the folks that are here taking care of the animals won't have to worry about hay. So yesterday it was all muddy. Y'all will see the rest of this video in a little bit. It's kind of about the mud and the Highland cows. There, got that right. And foot rot. So, you started watching this video. Stay tuned. Not a lot of vet talk on here, but it is my experience with foot rot in the Highland cattle. And maybe a little bit of my experience in foot rot with Herefords when I had them. Well, Herefords and commercial cattle. They'll stick around, but for right now, we're going to take this roll. Make the cows happy. See, they're not all over here. Well, yeah, they are too. See them on top of the pond, back. Well, they'll be coming to see us here in a little bit. Let's move the hay ring. Maybe I can get this one picked up. I don't have far to go with it.
Giving Tuesday going down with Smile FM. It's like a circle of gratitude.
Not bad. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
My name is Mike. Our number here, 888-887-7139.
So,
Our website, smile.fm.
Right over here.
We are blessed to be a blessing, and God always brings it back full circle. Reap what you sow. And today you're invited to sow into the ministry of Smile FM. Giving Tuesday goal of $60,000.
That's a fire hill I got coming.
Can you become that for? How much of that you've got?
Do something with it a little bit. And here come the cows, but I'm going to beat them.
7139. Give through smile.fm. That's smile.fm. And 888-887-7139.
Yeah, look at me go. Hey, Molly. Hey, Molly. Molly says she's ready to eat. She's not even gonna wait. If I fall, y'all get a good shot of it. Comes Ariel. All right, Molly. Let me cut the strings. Yeah, this will work for today. Really not sure which one that is. Hey Greer, come out of the pen. Hey Garth. Hey Bonnie. Hey Bonnie. I hear you. Blossom. Yeah, they're all coming. I see the rain's coming too. Well, come on, I'm not carrying any over there until tomorrow. Can we do Bonnie? Huh. That's a good question. If I can get over here without getting muddy. Duncan, you're growing quickly. I know we did you. No, you were already done. We did Bonnie. That's right. Because I bought you. Gonna separate you from Mama tomorrow. Hope you don't mind. You too. Yep. I'll get your vaccines Friday morning. You too, Leia. You get separated too. Buddy. You're gonna survive a few more days without, well, we'll see. Hey, Susu. Go get your hay. Hello, Ava. Ava's a cute little old girl. And Mama. Olivia. Haven't decided what color Ava's gonna be. I thought she was gonna be red. Now I'm thinking dun or yellow. So, this right here, go ahead and tell you what I think about it. It is my first ever, not cowboy hat. I've been wearing these things since I was 14 years old. It's my first ever 100X hat. And if you know about hats, they're not cheap when you get 100X. 100% pure beaver. I ordered this thing online from the cow lot, and I'm going to, well, ordered it last January for my own Christmas present. And if I don't buy one at the NFR when we go this year, next weekend, then I'll go ahead and order one. But I have bought from many different Western stores before, and I've never had a hat that actually fit until I bought this one. And they give you a way to measure your head, make sure you have the right size. And actually, when I ordered it, they called me. I was within 30 minutes cow lots in Colorado. I'm in Arkansas, but they called me within 30 minutes to make sure I knew what size hat I was actually ordering, because this old boy has got a large, odd-shaped head, which is why I can't ever find hats that fit. But as long as I keep my hair cut off like I normally do, this thing fits good. So anyhow, if you're looking for a good cowboy hat, check them out online, the Cow Lot. And I tell you, you'll be happy with what you get. Good service. They shipped it quick, considering they had to shape it and make it fit my odd looking head. They're very good at what they do. I was impressed. Going to buy another one from there. It's probably where I'm going to buy the rest of my felts anyhow. Maybe not straws, but that's where my felts are going to come from. Anyway, back to the story of the mud is next. So y'all enjoy that, and we'll see you in a week or so. I promise I'm coming. Cranky. Alright, come on. Come on, girls and guys. And goats. I already fed y'all. Yes, the mud. Nasty, yucky mud. It'll be here. From now on until summertime gets here. A little crooked there, but it'll be all right. I never said I was completely straight. That didn't sound right. Core, I've got to find out about your bangs vaccination. Y'all get me dirty. Hi, guys and girls. Girls and guys. I think we're going to go that way today. Time for the cubes. Or the cake. Which is exactly what you've been waiting on, isn't it? Quit. Move. Everybody get out of the way. Including goats. One more little pile. Hey girls, guys. Hey Ava. You like your new name, Ava? I'll take that as a yes. Goats, those cubes are not for y'all. Hey Leia and Greer. So let's discuss this mud and Highland cows, because I've been asked this question before, and not just because of the mud. So we can see the mud. It's yucky mud and poop and everything else. And since this is where I feed them every evening, it stays muddy and tore up and yucky. I don't know why y'all want to fight over the food. There's plenty of food. All right, let's decide who's going to be the boss. Is it because you're the same color? Huh? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Y'all be nice. Blossom. June. Anyhow, we feed hay over here. Of course, I move the hay around and I'll eventually move it down below the pond for a little while. But still, it stays wet up here all winter long. And then the summertime comes and the cows stay in the pond all the time. So one question that gets asked to me, especially because they stay in the pond all summer, is foot rot. When I had Herefords and crosses and Beefmaster years ago, I battled foot rot at least once, primarily during the summer. These girls and guys, probably gonna be sorry for saying this, I have not dealt with a case of foot rot in any of them. At any time of the year, whether they're in all this mud, whether they're in the summertime and staying in the pond all the time. Hey Ainsley, I don't have any food. No food. No food. So, Highlands are a very hardy breed. They really don't get sick that much. They love the cold weather in the wintertime. Snow doesn't bother them. In fact, as you can tell, this is their time of year. I got a phone call coming in, so I got to cut this short. So I'll get back in a minute. So, quick funny story. I'm sure some lady in Texarkana didn't find it all that funny. If you don't know, my actual job is a paramedic. I own an ambulance service here in Southeast Arkansas. I was up at the office earlier and unforwarded my phones from my current crew. Because Mondays we don't have anybody to answer the phone, so we forward them to whoever's working. But I was up there and it kept ringing, so I unforwarded it so I could talk to whoever thought it was important enough to keep calling. Anyhow, when I forwarded them back, I guess I punched in the wrong prefix number somewhere. And apparently the phones have been forwarded to some lady over in southwestern Arkansas. And she's been getting a lot of phone calls today and we didn't know it. So, yep, I always pay to make sure who you're calling or who you're forwarding your phones to. Anyway, back to the hardiness of the herd. I've really never, that one right there, that's the only one I've ever treated for anything. We bought her in Wright City, Missouri, just out of St. Louis, and we brought her back on a cold, rainy night. Isn't that right? Does that smell good? And about 2 or 3 days later, she developed so we got the vet out and treated her for pneumonia. Whether that's what she had or not, we're not sure. He did say he heard some wheezing. So antibiotics for that, and that's been it. Other than worming, vaccinations, worming again, and worming, then keeping the flies away, and ivermectin for the worms and lice every winter and fall and spring, and if it's needed between then, we will. Hey, these are the easiest keeping cows I've ever had. And if I can just find some more land, then I can find some more cows, and we'll be doing really, really well. Well, the cows will be doing really well. I'll be very happy and dirt poor like all other ranchers and farmers are. All right, that's another story for another. So, this is going to be the end of my video, one way or another, however it ends up. So y'all please like, or at least subscribe, and hit the little bell button I've learned about. That way you get notified if I post another video. Maybe I can figure out how to get a video of feeding the goats. And hopefully, for long, I can get a website up and convince my wife that we need a webcam out there watching the goats so everybody can enjoy the goats. The goats aren't really part of, well, they are part of the farm. It'll be under Fainting Heart Goats or Fainting Heart Goat Farms. Anyhow, she has fainting goats, she has miniature silky fainting goats, and she's always, like me, looking for the next one. So this is it for today. Heading to Branson for the weekend in a couple days. After that, I'm headed to Vegas for the NFR for my first ever trip to the NFR. So, hey, that's going to be fun. Going to be fun. Bucket list items. God bless, and see y'all next video. Yeah. Impatient cows. Coos. Hey. Say hi. Say hi. Who's left? Hey, bossy. Tell everybody hi. No. Greer, Leia. Anybody want to speak? Garth? Want to say something? Yeah, they've been fussing because I've been feeding the goats and not them. But that's about to change. Let's go, guys. Girls. Come on, Garth. Oh, now you want to talk. Leia. Let's go. Let's go feed you. We want you to be happy. Happy Coos meat. Good, nice, lean, tender meat, which is what we're after. Oh, I gotta quit groaning. My granddaughter does it every time she does anything.